Hello, we are your sports editor in chiefs, Matthew Mahoney and Jacob Irvin, here for the presentation of the fall sports top 5 winners. We're just going to run through each category, talk a little bit about each winner, and congratulate them. For this fall's top 5s, we had 3,063 votes and 10,465 views, which is a lot of engagement, and we appreciate your readership and just being a part of this Forest Hill Central community and participating in the top 5 voting. So for the first category, we have top 5 seniors, and senior Jonas Bates took home the crown for this one with 28% of the votes and 120 total votes. Whitney Curry was a close second place, the cross-country runner. And Jonah did take the crown, though. 2-year captain for varsity football, 19 receptions, 321 yards, and 2 touchdowns this year at wide receiver. But honestly, most of his impact was made at safety this year because he was always attracting the number 1 defensive back on the opposing team. And he was just, he took a lot of that attention so other receivers could get more touches on the ball. But actually, as you see in this picture, he came down with quite the clutch grab against Mona Shores that was unfortunately didn't end up mattering in the end, but very good player and very well deserving of this award.
Next is top 5 teams to watch out for next year. This is actually a new category for us, but it got a lot of votes, and varsity volleyball took the top spot. They're gonna have a tough time next year and losing key seniors Tatum, Julian, Morganton. They're big players this year and really helped the team out, but they have returning juniors next year, seniors, in Sophie Shields, Brooklyn Connor, and then freshman Avery Weslow. This team, it was a tough season because of Corona, and then they had the whole coaching incident. But next year they've got some strong returning players and hopefully a new coaching staff, and it'll be fun to see.
Yeah, this team's had a lot of success and a lot of talent lately. Just couldn't really get over that hump of Lowell in the district final a couple years in a row. But they were ranked in the top 5 in their division for much of the season. So with a lot of returning talent, should be interesting to see next year. Next, we have top 5 coaches. We have cross country's Ryan Skipper, who took the win in this one with 28% of the votes. Ty Halleck quickly followed with 27% of the votes, but Coach Skipper did win this one. He led the team to 2 individual guys qualifying for the state meet, and then the entire girls team actually qualified for states as well, with Clara James here coming in 6th place individually just as a freshman, pretty remarkable. And then senior Whitney Curry coming in 17th, both of them earning all state honors.
So next we have dynamic duos in Sophie Shields and Brooklyn Connor. These two were a big threat on the floor this year, combining for 72% of the team's kills. They also had a combined 3 aces in a big game against Lowell with 19 total kills and 11 total digs. This duo, they obviously had the spotlight on the floor, and they took home 81 votes for 33% of it, followed closely by Carson Dynas and Tyler Weaver with 58 votes. This duo is really, really crucial, and it's a clear winner, and they'll be big next year as well.
Yeah, clearly the volleyball voters showed out in force because they have taken 3 winners already. Top 5 underclassmen. Freshman Avery Weslow takes the crown here. She had 25 aces, 70 kills, 128 digs for the varsity volleyball team. And in the district final versus Lowell, came up clutch in a lot of moments and started most of the year just as a freshman. She had 35% of the votes with 307 total votes. Lots of interaction here. It had the most votes out of any category. We had Clara James here closely following with 248 votes and 28% of the vote. And then Omar Hajimuich with 140 votes and 16% as well. Very competitive category, and congratulations to Avery on her win.
Next, we have top 5 toughest losses. Matt and I know the winner of this one clearly as we were there. Varsity football versus Mona Shores took home 75 total votes with 49% of the votes, followed closely by varsity soccer versus Holt, which is also a very tough loss with 38 total votes. This game, it was definitely devastating being there. The Rangers had a good run. They gave it to Mona Shores, the Sailors, but unfortunately, after a big comeback, it was just It was not meant to be, and the Rangers ended up falling by 3.
Yeah, I'm probably a little biased, but honestly, I do think that varsity football deserved this one because for
Mhm.
varsity soccer's loss, we had control. We had control of the outcome. We lost in PKs. It was devastating for sure, but at least we had control. And for varsity football's game, it felt like things maybe were a little bit outside of their own control with the incident at the end that we've touched on quite a bit this year. But
Yep, for
yeah,
sure.
devastating loss for sure, and probably deserves that win. Next up, we have individual performances, and Ava Bacon from the girls JV golf team takes this one with her score of 42 versus East Grand Rapids, leading the team to 190 to 181 team victory. She came in with 239 votes, so lots of votes once again, 44% of the total, with Jessica Doyle coming in second place with 23% and 124 votes.
Next, we have breakout seasons, and this one was taken by JV football with a total of 30 votes. They had 38%, followed closely by girls cross country, who had 25 total votes. The JV team was big this year. They ended 5-1, even with losing big sophomore Crandall Quinn, who's a key player in the varsity squad. They lost to Byron in week 3, but they were a talented team, and I think next year they'll be big too.
And I think with this football program, especially of late, we've always seen really good JV teams and really good freshman teams. So it doesn't surprise me that they are a breakout team and that they're going to bring a lot of talent to what should be a very good varsity team next year.
Yeah, Coach Halleck is really leading the boys, and it's a dynasty out there.
Yep. Next, we have top 5 clutch moments. And I think really the entire final 2 minutes of this game could go into taking the win for this one. But specifically the onside kick performed by Luke Gustafson and Quentin Rudolph, who recovered the onside kick, did win this one with 57% of the vote with around 30 seconds left in the game. Actually, Rangers had fallen down 28-17 when McGuire Mahasset came in at quarterback and scored a touchdown, 2-point conversion to Jacob Bonnet quickly following. But with only 30 seconds left, obviously they needed an onside kick recovery to have any chance at this game, even though they were only down 3 points. And it was just the kick was executed to perfection with Luke, and the ball just bounced perfectly. Quentin was right there. And that is the definition of coming up in the clutch. And that's what you think about when you're growing up as a football player, thinking about having a moment like that. And it was incredible to watch, and it was a well-deserved win.
For sure, and being there, just that moment right there, and just the rest of the game from that point on, it was just big, and it's exciting to be there.
Yeah, honestly, as a fan, I had chills after that. Some people were maybe giving up, but I always believed, and it was a really fun moment to watch.
For most entertaining games, we have boys varsity soccer versus Grand Rapids Christian, which was a big game. Matt can attest. It had 22 total votes, followed closely by varsity volleyball versus Byron Center, who had 35% of the votes at 21 votes. This was a big rivalry match, obviously. Grand Rapids Christian coming into the OK White. The Rangers welcoming them with the goal from Noah Gleason early on to start the game. They held that till about 15 minutes left in the game, when the Eagles managed to score 1 goal, and then 3 minutes left when they managed to score another. And it was just a devastating loss, but for sure a game that'll live with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, first game of the season against a very, very, very talented Grand Rapids Christian team that just had guys all over the place, and they were definitely all over us too. But it was quite an emotional game and very entertaining for sure, as it obviously came down to the wire and saw a lot of action at the end. Lastly, we have top 5 unsung heroes. And freshman JT Hartman won this one with 41% of the vote and 53 total votes. He scored a touchdown in every single game for JV football as a freshman and had 2 touchdowns versus Northview and was a key player for that team all year. So that wraps it up for us. That's all your top 5 winners. Everyone was well-deserved. And like I said earlier, we really appreciate your readership and engagement. And we hope to see you for top 5 winners from the winter sports, as we hope things go to plan. Thank you for watching and voting. I've been Matthew, and he's been Jacob. and we'll see you later.
Congratulations to those who won as well. Thank you.